As we approach our Bible year in 2022 and the upcoming Christmas season, where you might be getting gifts or doing some shopping, I want to share with you just a few pieces of advice about Bible translations when you think about this coming year. If you have a Bible you already love to use and read from, that's wonderful, and you should use it. Many people would say that the best translation that you can find for the Bible is one that you will read. But along those lines, I also want to share this with you. If you have that old family King James Bible that has collected dust, I would recommend that during the Bible year, you leave it in its place and let it collect some dust. Because the King James Version was finished in about 1619. And because of that, it speaks in the same language, more of Shakespeare than of Jesus. And you just understand that a lot of times we think, oh, the King James is the traditional version and things like that. But really, the King James was an amazing feat 500 years ago, and we have done a lot of heavy lifting since then in biblical scholarship and also in making translations readable. So it doesn't have to be that hard as all the these and thous. A few translations I would recommend are these. One is the Common English Bible. The Common English Bible, or CEB, is what I preach from on a weekly basis. So you're used to hearing the language of the Common English Bible. It was completed in 2011. It had 50 different denominations represented in its scholars. It had reading groups of people of all makeup from all across the country. And it's an excellent translation that's very accurate and at the same time is made to be highly readable and understandable, not as academic. Another great translation you could use is the New Revised Standard Version. This is one version of the NRSV, as it's called. The NRSV is what you will find in our pews in Macedonia. This was completed in 1989 as part of the National Council of Churches when they completed a revision of the old RSV, essentially taking out the these and thous and making a more kind of inclusive language. There are other wonderful translations of the Bible. You could use an NIV, especially a new one. The New International Version is a solid and good translation as well. And there's a lot of other ones on the market. There are translations like the Message, which is a paraphrase. It's very, very easy reading, very poetic. That is not translation as much by committee as by a single person. But it is, if that helps you to read it, that is perfectly fine as we go throughout the Bible year together. Sometimes when you're reading text, what helps is actually to look at a variety of translations, especially if you're doing a more in-depth study. You can use something like BibleGateway.com or the Bible app on your phone, and there will be a lot of translations. I know the Bible Gateway, though, has Common English, has NRSV, has NIV. You can actually put those side to side and look at them and see the differences and decisions people made in translation if you're really a nerd and like getting into that. If you said, hey, I want something that has study notes and some things to help me understand, the Common English Bible Study Bible, and the cover looks a little different than this today, but you can find it on christianbook.com, Amazon, or Cokesbury online. You can look at it, and in it you will find underneath, there's always a line in a study Bible, and there's where all the notes are. Some of those things might be helpful to help you understand. If you're someone who's going to be carrying around a Bible and doesn't want it to be so thick, you don't need a study Bible. And in fact, sometimes the notes can be cumbersome. And so sometimes it's okay to just have the text of the scripture. And I recommend looking for it that way. If you have any questions about Bible translations or something you'd like to pick up along the way, or you want to look at the ones in my office or something like that, please just let me know. And I wish you a blessed season as we prepare for this Bible year. If you haven't yet signed up, I encourage you to sign up today using the links that you find below and to join us on this important journey in the Bible year.